box with a laser cutter, and we've got our box design loaded in the Glowforge, and so now it's time to personalize those sides of the box. So I just wanted to show you a couple of places that you might find some great free SVG files that you could add to your box. The first place is this website here. It's freesvg.org. And so there's lots and lots of free designs here, and then you also can search. So I typed in the keyword science just to give you an idea, and I can hit that search button. And then it shows you that there's more than 1,000 science-free SVG clip art files found. And so you can just kind of take a peek and look at some of them, and it goes on from there. But so you might find some great content there. Another place that I really love to search for free files is Thingiverse, and Thingiverse is typically a site that a lot of people use for 3D printing, but you might not know that you also can find some free laser cutting files there as well. So the same thing, you can just type in laser or even SVG on Thingiverse, and I did find some really great house crests for Harry Potter, which is something that I am really passionate about. So I have already stuck a couple of them in here, but then I figured I would show you the steps on how to add the others, and then how to manipulate those to get those where we want them on our box, right? So we're going to use this import artwork button. So it's this plus button here, and I'm going to upload. I've already got Slytherin and all of the houses in the house crest there, but I'm going to add here's a Hufflepuff SVG, so I'm going to add that one. It'll upload, takes just a minute to process it, and then it'll show up. Okay, so I've got it, and you'll notice that it's in different parts there. Okay, and then I'm going to add my Gryffindor SVG. There it is. And then I need to add my Ravenclaw house. And here it is. You could also just kind of do a Google search for free SVG files. Just make sure that you don't have to download anything or subscribe to anything in order to get that. Okay, so that one looks kind of interesting. All right, so I'm going to clean a few things up. So I'm not going to be cutting anything at all. So I'm going to delete these cut files. I don't want those cut ones. So we'll delete that. Well, I guess I can just hit the ignore there. And I'll ignore this cut file as well. All right, so we're going to move some of these. And when you hover over, it kind of highlights which one you're working with. And I'm just going to move it over a little bit so that we can see them. Here's Gryffindor. Uh-oh, not what I wanted to do, which is okay. I can put my box back. There's my crest. My Ravenclaw. And here's Slytherin. All right, so I'm going to put this piece back. It's my box. Now we definitely don't want to change the size of those box dimensions, because remember, we want just a maximum of 2 inches to make sure we have enough materials for everybody, which means our other images are too big. So in order to resize these images, you just have to click on a corner and then drag to make it smaller. And so since this one is the Hogwarts crest and it has all of those houses, I want this one to be on the top of my box. So I'm going to move that to my top panel and make sure that it fits in there nicely. That looks pretty good. Now remember, that word top we said to ignore, so the laser printer is not going to do anything with that. It's just to let me know when I'm designing and organizing my box where I want to put the artwork, and then also after it's engraved and cut, how I can put my box back together the way that I want it to be. Okay, so then I'm going to do the same for my other house crests. And I'm not actually going to put one on the bottom, so the bottom of my box is going to stay empty. I'll do nothing there for that one. All right, so I've got Hufflepuff, here. And Slytherin, okay? And so we'll come back for part 3 of the video in just a moment. I think you've got the idea of how this works.